First tonight, another round of winter weather hitting our area, some places even receiving nearly a foot of snow. Thanks for joining us first at 10. I'm Lauren Taylor. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist John Carroll. We can find him hanging out right outside of our studio in the snow. John, you say Roanoke didn't get much, but places south of here are getting hit pretty hard. Now, who's getting the worst of it? Thanks so much, Clay. We'll be checking back in with you in just a little bit. You guys stay safe out there. State Patrol is busy responding to accidents. The Wytheville Division reporting 24 crashes and 11 disabled or stuck vehicles. And the Salem Division responded to 4 crashes and 1 disabled vehicle. And multiple accidents in Wythe County have north and south lanes of Interstate 81 at a standstill, as you just saw. Clay is stuck right in the middle of it. A tractor trailer overturned near mile marker 67 in the southbound lane around 7 p.m. And about 5 minutes later, a second crash involving another tractor trailer and a passenger vehicle happened in the northbound lanes at mile marker 67. All traffic on I-81 north is being detoured at exit 67. No injuries have been reported in either crash, and right now there is no word on when crews will have the road cleared. And the Roanoke area has received just around an inch of snow, and it's the northernmost part of this storm. Let's send it on over to our Eleanor Buckley, who is live in Hollins. Elle, how are the conditions where you are? As the snowy weather continues in our region, VDOT says it's working to keep primary roads and interstates clear. These roads are VDOT's initial concern. As the storm moves through the area, workers will then move on to clearing secondary roads. VDOT did not pre-treat any roads since the weather started as rain, and any of that brine would have been washed away. VDOT spokesman Jason Bond recommends staying off the roads during the storm if you can. VDOT also urging drivers not to pass any plows you may come across on the roads, and make sure you're leaving plenty of space between vehicles if you do have to travel. New at 10, dozens gathering locally, all to support the March for Our Lives in Washington, D.C. today. Organizers called the event a support huddle for those who could not make it to the D.C. March. People who went heard from local speakers and students. One of those students was 15-year-old Louis Garcia. He organized the walkout at Patrick Henry High School last week. And those who attended also wrote postcards to send to lawmakers demanding change in gun laws. And in Washington, D.C., over 500,000 people participated in the walks. Correspondent Bree Jackson is there with reaction from supporters who are demanding changes to America's gun laws. Dozens also gathering in Roanoke today with a very different message. Doomsday Tactical hosted a Second Amendment rally supporting gun rights. Republican politician Corey Stewart spoke at the event, calling for more armed guards and armed teachers in schools. Doomsday Tactical owner Mark Williams organized the event in response to the Parkland, Florida school shooting. And Williams says he did not organize the rally to coincide with the March for Our Lives event. And in Roanoke, there's an update about Firehouse number 7 in Grandin Village. While the city council has approved a plan to demolish the historic fire station, opponents are still looking into other options. Architect William Huber has worked free to put together 2 alternatives to demolishing the historic structure. He displayed them at a community meeting today. One of the proposals would incorporate the original building into the new fire station, saving nearly $300,000 in demolition and new construction costs. And another option includes selling the historic building to an outside buyer, which would create tax revenue and allow the station to remain in use while the new station is being built. Coming up in Your Health, we'll tell you how you can avoid catching the flu on your next flight. How likely are you to get sick on your next flight? According to a new study, that depends on where you sit and what you do during the flight. In today's Health Minute, Reed Binion has a closer look at the study and what you should do to avoid catching a cold or the flu. Coming up next, President Trump signs a $1.3 trillion spending bill, keeping the federal government open through September. But the president promising he won't sign one again. Details out of Washington next. Welcome back. President Trump signing a massive $1.3 trillion spending bill Friday, despite earlier threats that he would veto it. It assures government funding and increases military spending, but it leaves out key promises the administration has made in the past. Fox News correspondent Gillian Turner has more from Washington. I'm telling you, spring weather.
Yeah, we're ready for spring.
Well, I'm sure Miss Sam over here is ready for spring as well to get to that baseball.
Ready for spring. It's crazy. Baseball's already started. and you wouldn't know it if you were looking outside at this weather. It is just way too cold.
And south side, and there are a number of power outages.
Yeah,
as well.
more than 27,000 AEP customers without power. No word yet on when they're going to get that restored. We'll keep you updated online, VirginiaFirst.com. Good night.